Hello, my name is Darcy. I am the coach of the Apple Isle Arcanines, and this is my draft breakdown for Season 2 of the Red Lizard Draft League. This is a VGC draft league held in Pokemon Champions. We're using Regulation MB. My first draft pick was Mega Lopunny. The way Megas work in the draft is if you draft a Mega Evolution, then that Pokemon has to be holding the Mega Stone. You don't need to Mega Evolve them, but they have to be holding the stone. In Lopunny's case, I am going to be Mega Evolving 90% of the time, because otherwise Lopunny's not great. The ability after Mega Evolving is Scrappy, which is a really good ability. Before that, it's almost always going to be Limber to avoid paralysis. If we look at the stats, Mega Lopunny is a fast but somewhat frail physical attacker. Very quick, I think at max speed... Yeah, max speed you hit 205. But yeah, that's with Jolly. Move pool wise, Lopunny has quite a few good moves. Again, mainly a physical attacker. And we've got Fake Out, Close Combat, U-Turn. What other? And then U-Turn for pivoting. Other good coverage moves: Mark Punch for priority. Mark Punch or Quick Attack for priority, Play Rough to, Play Rough for coverage, Triple Axle to, for the big ice coverage, Trailblaze to boost speed, Drain Punch for healing, Circle Throw for phasing. You've also got all the other weird stuff like Payback to as a form of speed control, Dynamic Punch if you like gambling. Really, Mega Lopunny's biggest weakness is that it doesn't have a good normal move. I think that they should bring back Return and make it Lopunny's signature move because, I mean, you need High Friendship to evolve Lopunny anyway, so that's my pitch. It does get some okay special moves. The only one that would really be useful would be, Mirror Coat, but again, base 54 special attack, not going to be using them. And it does get some decent status moves. Baton Pass for pivoting, Encore is always great, Thunder Wave, Swords Dance can be really fun for boosting Protect, of course. Healing Wish if I need to get out of there really quickly, Cotton Guard to boost defense, but then also some other interesting ones, Charm to lower attack, After You, which can allow faster Pokemon to move first. Rain Dance and Sunny Day, just the standard, weather moves. Helping Hand, Fake Tears. Entrainment, if I want to maybe give one of my other Pokemon Scrappy, could be really good. Cosmic Power to raise both my defenses. I'm a big fan of Cosmic Power. I used Cosmic Power Eternatus at the most recent Australian Regional, so I very much like that one. Copycat can be fun. Copy the last move used. Yeah. Okay. My next pick was Goldango. Goldango, super well known as just a good special attacker. Good as Gold is an absolutely stupid ability. Complete immunity to status moves. Just insanely powerful. Goldango can run a ton of items. It can be Choice Scarf, it can be Life Orb, it can be bulky with Citrus Berry, it can run the berries, the type resist berries, it can run boosting items. It's metal coat with Metal Coat is a pretty common item. But yeah, it's a great Pokemon. I've even seen someone use Fairy Feather Dazzling Gleam as coverage. Again, not a huge number of physical moves. Does get a couple, but, you know, again, it's not a physical attacker. The special moves are where it shines. I mean, we've got its signature move, Make It Rain. This is an amazing move. Hits both opponents. It has been nerfed. It now lowers special attack by 2 rather than 1, and it's not 100% accurate, but it's also 120 base power, so it's great. Shadow Ball for Ghost Stab, which is really good. And then it gets, you know, Focus Blast if I want to miss. Dazzling Gleam for Fairy coverage. Power Gem for Rock coverage to hit things like Charizard. Just realized I'm not looking at it. Yeah, it's great. Thunderbolt is another good one. But yeah. And then it gets a few status moves. The main one is Nasty Plot, being able to boost, but also Trick on Choice Scarf sets is pretty common. And it also gets Sandstorm, but yeah. Like I said before, Gholdengo is a very strong special attacker. I mean, Max Modest Gholdengo is super common, hits that 203 special attack. With a Nasty Plot and Life Orb, this thing is a monster. Next we have Gourgeist. Now this was a bit of an out there pick for me. Specifically, well, I'm going to be using Gourgeist Small because that's the one I have, but also because of the speed tier. Base 99 speed is very good. If we look here, it does hit 166 speed with Max Jolly, which is very helpful. It's not the bulkiest, it's very bulky on the physical side, and with enough investment it can be respectably bulky on the special side as well. It's got a couple really good abilities. Pickup is not going to be super useful here, but Frisk in Draft League is really good because you don't know what items your opponents have, so Frisk being able to show you those items is great. Insomnia is also a really good ability. It means that you can't fall asleep. It's not super useful on Gourgeist being a grass type already. The main sleep moves are things like Sleep Powder and Spore, which is not super helpful here. Items, Gourgeist can run a ton, you know, Focus Sash, Mental Herb, Leftovers, Citrus Berry, Kasib Berry. There's plenty that you can do. And, you know, a decent number of special attacks for a Pokemon that's very much not a special attacker. Got some good physical attacks. I mean, Explosion, always a fun move, being able to do that. You know, Foul Play, just a good reliable damage dealer for support Pokemon. Poltergeist and Power Whip are very good. You know, stab moves, very high power. I didn't realize it got Rock Slide, that's funny. That can be fun. Also got, you know, Shadow Sneak for priority. You know, Grassy Glide, you know, all that stuff. But the main appeal of Gourgeist is the status moves. Curse puts a timer on Pokemon. Destiny Bond is very threatening on a fast Pokemon. Disable is a nightmare. Leech Seed for healing damage over time. It's got Light Screen. Doesn't have Reflect. It's one of those ones where it only gets one of the screens. Nasty Plot. Pain Split for healing and all that. Can do Rest Talk if you like. Substitute, Trick, Trick Room, Will-O-Wisp, Ally Switch. Yeah. Trick or Treat, this is a very skill swap if I want another Frisk boost. Trick or Treat, this is a very fun one. This adds Ghost to the user's typing, which can really mess people up, and Worry Seed as well to change the target's ability to Insomnia. Basically, the idea of Gourgeist is I'm going to bring out the pumpkin and ruin everybody's day. Next is my second Mega, and it's Mega Tyranitar. I noticed after the first 3 rounds nobody had taken Mega Tyranitar yet, and I was a little surprised at that, because Mega Tyranitar is one of my favorite megas. You can use Unnerve as a base ability if you're insane, but I'm going to be using Sandstream. Tyranitar, I mean, you know what it does. It clicks Rock Slide, Knock Off, and then either some sort of coverage move or Dragon Dance, and then it has Protect. It's a very standard. I love this set. Rock Slide is a nightmare move for a lot of people. Knock Off is great utility. Dragon Dance is always fun, although that you can also run a ton of other moves. You've got Earthquake, Dragon Tail, Body Press, Brick Break. You've got the elemental punches. You've got Iron Head to hit fairy types. Low Kick for King Gambit. Or even Superpower would actually be better. Shadow Claw to hit ghost types. Well, you've already got Knockoff. But yeah, Mega Tyranitar, there's not much that needs to be said about it. It's great. You can also, if you want, be a little rat and run Special Tyranitar, which would be insane because Mega Tyranitar has a base 164 attack and a base 95 special attack, but it can be done. Next we've got Tyranitar's best friend, Excadrill. Two abilities that really benefit from Sand. We've got Sand Rush and Sand Force. One of them doubles speed in Sand. One of them gives basically a Life Orb boost to Ground, Rock, and Steel moves. And that is all Excadrill is going to be clicking. It's going to be clicking Earthquake. It's going to be clicking Iron Head. It's going to be clicking Rock Slide. It's going to be clicking High Horsepower. This thing, it loves to hit those big rock, steel, and ground moves. I mean, you look at what else it has. I mean, it can also run Brick Break for fighting coverage. It can run Double Edge for normal. Drill Run if you want to miss. You know, Mega Horn for bug coverage. Poison Jab. Throat Chop for dark coverage. You know, you can run Rapid Spin if you're dealing with you can run Rapid Spin for speed boost and dealing with hazards. You know, you've got all these awesome moves that you've got, as well as a few decent status moves. You know, you've got Stealth Rocks, you've got Substitute, Swords Dance, Helping Hand. A lot of Pokemon have Helping Hand, which is always fun. And again, Excadrill is another one of these Pokemon that can run a ton of items. I am most experienced using the Focus Sash set, but I've also seen Leftovers, Life Orb, Citrus Berry, other type resist berries. Excadrill, again, it's got so much synergy with Tyranitar. These two are besties. And then we have the third in our sort of standard sand trio, which is Rotom. Now, normally it'll be Rotom Wash rather than Rotom Mow, just because Rotom Wash type-wise has more synergy, but Rotom Wash had already been taken by the time we got here, so I went with Rotom Mow instead. I mean, Rotom, like, just a Pokemon that I think everybody really knows. It's, you know, got decent bulk, decent special attack, a great move pool, and can run a ton of items. You can run Choice Scarf Trick, you can run Citrus Berry, you can run, one that I am a fan of is, actually run it next to Excadrill with Magnet and Discharge next to Excadrill clicking Earthquake. You've got that classic Disquake combo. So Rotom, super great, and this one specifically has Leaf Storm as its special move, but I mean, look at what other moves you've got. You get Dark Pulse, Discharge, Hyper Voice, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch is a classic move on it. You've got Electro Web for speed control, Uproar to shut down sleep, that's always fun. But yeah, Next Pokemon's a bit of a weird one. It's Vaporeon. I'm a big Vaporeon fan. I have a Vaporeon plush here, so this is my favorite evolution. And Vaporeon is very specially bulky. That's the main reason I wanted this. One, it's a water type, and Water Absorb is a great ability, complete immunity to water moves. That's got great synergy with a couple Pokemon. You can already see up the top here. But again, you know, this thing can hold a ton of items. I've used it in the past with Leftovers, even Life Orb. And it also just gets some really good moves. It doesn't have a ton of good physical attacking moves. It does get Flip Turn, which would be the main physical attacking move it would use just as a pivoting option. Or Quick Attack, just for a little priority, but it's not really the same as Sylveon's Pixelate Quick Attack. The main thing you want to look at here is Scald. This is a move that basically every Pokemon used to learn. If you were involved with water at all, like if your Pokemon was remotely wet, you learnt Scald. Not anymore. Now, this is one of the few Pokemon that has it. Along with that, you've also got Icy Wind for speed control, Muddy Water to mess with accuracy, Weather Ball to take advantage of any weather. You've got Stored Power, Shadow Ball as coverage, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump for massive damage. It can do a lot. And status moves are very interesting. Acid Armor, I know it's part of the copy pasta, but actually boosting your defense by 2 stages does make Vaporeon actually quite good. Baton Pass for another pivoting and stat boosting thing. Calm Mind to boost special stats. Detect is just a different version of Protect. Haze to remove stat changes, that can be really interesting. You know, substitute Wish. Wish healing is great. Yawn to force people out. You've got Aqua Ring for healing over time. Charm. Helping Hand. Tickle. There's just a ton of stuff that Vaporeon can do to just be really disruptive and annoying. Next, one of the Pokemon it has great synergy with is Cerulege. I really like Cerulege. It's one of the Pokemon. It's one of the newest Pokemon. It's got 2 pretty good abilities. It has Flash Fire, so a complete immunity to fire. That goes along with Vaporeon and Rotom as now the 3rd Pokemon that has an immunity due to an ability. And also goes alongside Lopunny, Goldengo, Gourgeist, and Excadrill as Pokemon who have immunities in general. This Cerulege actually has 3 immunities because of this ability. Flash Fire makes it immune to fire, but then also the Ghost typing means it's immune to both normal and fighting. Again, this is another Pokemon that can run a ton of items. I've seen Sash variants, I've seen Life Orb, Choice Scarf, Expert Belt. You know, I've seen Cassid Berry. What are the other berries? I've seen, hang on. I've seen charcoal sets. You can run a ton of stuff. The main appeal of Cerulege is its signature move, Bitter Blade. This move is awesome. It's a physical fire type move, 90 base power, heals 50% of the damage dealt. That is awesome. We love to see that. But it's also got some other great moves. It's got Close Combat, Dragon Claw. It's got Throat Chop, X Scissor, Psycho Cut, Poison Jab, Iron Head. It's got Flame Charge to boost speed, Flare Blitz for huge fire damage, Shadow Sneak for priority, and Poltergeist to smack around opponents with big ghost-type damage. But also Phantom Force if you want to go for the 2-turn thing. Solar Blade if there's Sun, which there might be, but I'm not really sure. What special moves? It gets a few special moves. It gets Vacuum Wave for more priority. Burn Up to just go you know, big damage, but again, it's a physical attacker, so it's not really going to be seen a whole heap. And then we look at the status moves. Bulk Up is the main one you see on Ceruledge. You know, boosting attack and defense by 1 stage, pairing that with Bitter Blade and like a Citrus Berry or even Leftovers just makes this thing really hard to get rid of. Curse, again, it's a ghost type, so using Curse can put anything on a timer, and can also, if you use it at low health, that can be a really good way to get a free pivot in and apply pressure to the opponent to, you know, switch something out. Disable, again, a really great disruptive move. Also gets Light Screen and Reflect, so this one can actually run... so Ceruledge can actually run dual screens if you want, which is decent because it is decently fast. Substitute, Swords Dance, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, all great. Ally Switch, Helping Hand, Quick Guard to block priority, that can be really great. And Sunny Day if I want to set up the sun. So Ceruledge, again, you know, it's not the fastest in the world, but it can be quite quick. If we check, if it's, you know, max speed Jolly, it's 150 speed. That's a very good speed to be. That's good. Next we have Salazzle. This is the second to last pick. It's a Poison Fire type. This is another special attacker. Again, Poison and Fire. Very good typing. Basically just telling fairy types to get in the bin. Corrosion is a really fun ability. It means that Salazzle is able to poison or use both normal poison and toxic poison against poison types and steel types, which can be insanely good. Oblivious is also good. You can't be taunted, can't be intimidated, so if I want to use support Salazzle, Oblivious can be really helpful. Again, you can use a ton of items on this. What's the... I don't remember. Whatever the berry is to reduce ground type damage, that's the one. Shuka Berry. This should be a pretty common item on Salazzle because, you know, 4 times weak to ground, being able to get around that is very useful. And in terms of moves, does get some decent physical moves, even though it's not really going to be seen a whole heap. Foul Play, again, just always good to have. And Leech Life is also a very good move. Doesn't get a pivoting move, unfortunately. But, I mean, you look at the special moves, you got Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Heat Wave, Hyper Voice, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. You can also Venoshock if you want to be a rat. But also Acid Spray, great, lowering target special defense. Burning Jealousy, 100% chance to burn if they've had a stat raise in the turn, which is great. Yeah, tons of great stuff. It's actually in the status moves where I think Salazzle is interesting. Again, another Pokemon with Disable. This one also has Encore. So pairing like Salazzle with Ceruledge, you can go Encore Disable, lock something into, you know, make something struggle. You've got Nasty Plot to boost that special attack. You've got Taunt, Thunder Wave, T-Spikes, Will-O-Wisp. You got some other stuff, you know, Corrosive Gas to remove items, Dragon Cheer to boost crit rate, Fake Tears, Helping Hand, Scary Face for speed control, Swagger to be a rat, Sweet Scent to lower evasiveness, Torment if you want to just make your opponent feel bad about the game. And the most interesting move here is Toxic. Toxic is usually 90 accuracy, but because Salazzle is a poison type, it cannot miss the move. That's how that works. And again, because of corrosion, Salazzle can freely click Toxic into anything. Normally, Toxic will fail if it's used against a poison type or a steel type because they are immune to being poisoned or immune to... Yeah, they're immune to being poisoned. The only Pokemon where you can't click it into for Salazzle... Well, that's the thing. Salazzle can do this into any Pokemon. The only one it can't is Goldengo, and if you remember earlier, Goldengo's on my roster, so I don't need to worry about that. But again, you know, great speed tier. hits 185 with max timid. Just a good, interesting Pokemon. And finally, I have Roserade. This is the cheapest of the Pokemon. This was my second D tier after Vaporeon. Alright speed, good special attack, pretty frail. Technician used to be great because it used to get a bunch of good moves that were pretty low base power, but it doesn't really get that anymore. It gets Bullet Seed, gets Trailblaze, gets Grassy Glide, but most of Roserade's good low base power moves that it could use Technician with have been taken away. Poison Point is good. If the opponent hits Roserade with a poison move, there's a chance that they get, or with a physical move, there's a chance they get poisoned. But the main thing here is Natural Cure. Non-volatile status conditions are cured when switching out. So that means poison, which it won't happen because it's a poison type, but sleep, burn, frozen, paralyzed, they will be cured when Roserade switches out, meaning that Roserade can be a really good defensive switch if I think that someone is going to click something like... if I think my opponent's going to click something like Thunderwave or Will-O-Wisp, switching in Roserade to eat that and then immediately switch back out can be a defensive pivot. But the main thing here is Roserade gets Sleep Powder, and again, is decently fast. So, max timid, we get 156 speed. That's a very decent speed stat, and Sleep Powder causes the target to fall asleep. It's only 75 accuracy, which is not great, but sometimes you gotta gamble. Sometimes in this game we call Pokemon, you gotta gamble. I don't know why. Again, if we look at the physical move pool, there's not a ton here. You've got, Petal Blizzard and Poison Jab. You've got Trailblaze. But again, not a physical attacker. Special attack, you've got Energy Ball and Giga Drain for good stab, as well as Leaf Storm. You've got Shadow Ball and Dazzling Gleam and Extra Sensory for coverage. You've got Sludge Bomb as Poison Stab, and you've got stuff like Petal Dance as basically Grass type Outrage. You've got Venoshock, again, doubles in power if the target is poisoned. So yeah, there's some good stuff, as well as the status moves: Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, Stun Spore to Paralyze, Swords Dance for some reason, Toxic again, Synthesis for healing, and then you just got a ton of... You've got all different moves, and again, another Worry Seed just for fun. But yeah, so that is my draft. That is the team for the Apple Isle Arcanines for this second season of the Red Lizard Draft League. And I will see you when I eventually play the matches. Thank you.